So as most of you all know, I have been taught by some of the best when it comes to, pony fighting. But just like anything else, you have to always be training, you have to always be on your toes for these horses. So I recently saw an ad saying that they can help me reach my final form when it comes to pony fighting. Well, I investigated this dude, and this is what I saw.
Oh God! Jackie Chan in party there. Jackie Chan in party there, man. Hey! Jackie Chan in party there, man. Hey!
You serious?
Yes, I'm serious, Jameson. That is what I saw. But I don't think I'll be taking his classes, man. I think that guy will get me killed. But yes, I am seeing that a rumor is going around that Starfield would be coming to PlayStation 5. Now I'm seeing some of these ponies rejoicing that Starfield is coming to the PlayStation 5. Now I'm very shocked by that, because when Starfield came out, the hate campaign from the biased media and from these ponies that came out on Starfield, it was like all-out war on Starfield, both from ponies and from the biased media. When Starfield was announced to be an Xbox exclusive, a lot of Sony fans wanted it to fail. A lot of the gaming media who prefer to play on Sony wanted this game to fail. The amount of criticisms that Starfield got was very alarming. It was surprising, to say the least. Who could remember they saying that the title screen was too basic? Who could remember them saying that it takes a half an hour before you hit an invisible wall? You could believe that, guys. They were actually trying to rate Starfield based of a title screen. Let that wrap around your head for a minute. But when it was all said and done, when Starfield was released right after early access, Starfield had over 6 million players day one. In addition to that, we saw a plethora of persons bought the game in early access. So when those numbers came out, it really sent the industry in shock, seeing that this game was so successful and it didn't have the platform that was Sony. It did not have the PlayStation 5. Now, even when they announced that Starfield hit 10 million players, for some gamers that was not enough. They said that was a total failure. How could Starfield hit 10 million players? In addition to that, they compared it with Halo. They said Halo reached 20 million players. They said Horizon reached over 20 million players. So Starfield at 10 million is a failure. It's a colossal failure. Well, Phil Spencer had an update as to how many persons played Starfield. Listen up.
Starfield has been awesome. One of the special things about my job is I get to play games very early in the development. In fact, I was playing Starfield about this time last year, and the game came out at the beginning of September of this year. And I could tell when I was playing, and the fact that I couldn't stop playing, that this was probably going to be a pretty special game. So you never know when something is going to be a hit, but it was nice to see how successful it's been. In fact, Starfield has now had over 12 million players since the launch of Starfield. And it still sits in our top 10 most played games from our studios. So thank you everybody for all the support on Starfield and making it a tremendous hit.
Yeah, so 12 million is nothing to sneeze at. That's a huge number to know that 12 million persons were able to play your game. Now, persons made a very silly comparison between Halo and Forza when it compared to Starfield. You see, one have to remember that both Halo and Forza are established franchises. They are established IPs. Starfield was a brand new IP. So for a brand new IP to get 12 million players is phenomenal. Now, when it was all said and done, Starfield had a max player count of over 250,000 on Steam. Starfield went on to have 13 million players overall on Steam and on the Xbox platforms, and over 22 million hours were played in Starfield. We even see a comparison of how well Starfield did, a new IP compared to Elder Scroll and so forth. Really showing the juggernaut that was Starfield only on the Xbox platform and PC. But yes, these ponies for a while have been saying all sorts of things about Starfield. To believe it, had a guy saying that Starfield is the worst game because you can't land and explore gas planets. Yes, this guy wanted to land on a fat and explore flatulence. This was crazy. We had persons saying all sorts of things about Starfield. It's the worst game ever made. It was overhyped and so forth. But look how these ponies, these hypocrites, voice has changed now as they heard Starfield is coming to PlayStation 5. Japan hates Xbox tweeted, just like I did with Forza, I will be buying Starfield PS5 despite having no interest in playing it, to show Microsoft that Xbox will never deserve exclusives. I will support Xbox multi-platform strategy solely to humiliate Xbox gamers.
This is a sickness. It is deviant. Therefore, we don't.
That's right, Japan hate Xbox. You show us a lesson, man. Buy up all these games. When you teach us a lesson. J-Dub tweeted, going live shortly to talk about Xbox console exit strategy and if Starfield can win Game of the Year for the PlayStation 5 Pro Definitive Edition. So you see these hypocrites, guys. Now all of a sudden Starfield is Game of the Year. Wow. So here we have these ponies boasting, and guess what? So this is working marvelously for Microsoft. Microsoft is gaining bank on older titles, gaining bank on older games. Starfield is more than a year old by now, and they are going to buy this game like hot bread. So although the hate campaign for Starfield was strong, we know it was just jealousy. We know that this was just the fox calling the grapes sour or bitter. We know they really want to Starfield all along. So this is something that will benefit Xbox gamers, no doubt. All these new revenue streams that are coming in from the PlayStation community will no doubt benefit Xbox players in the long run. Today, however, we are going to talk about how PlayStation fans are buying up Xbox games like hot bread, proving that Xbox games were more superior than the PlayStation exclusives. And we are going to see how these guys did not even buy their PlayStation exclusive. We have new evidence, guys. So you know what? Let's get it.
This is a sickness.
Let's get it. Guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We are on our way to 4,000 subscribers. You could be part of the first 4,000 persons who would have subscribed to my channel. So if it is you are new here, please hit that subscribe button if this type of content interests you. Now let's get back to the video. First up, we have some ponies who now come to the realization that their pony community don't support their exclusives. They don't buy their games, even if it come to PC day and date. Listen.
Without compensation, and while the studio remains technically active, there is no ongoing development, marketing, or public relations activity. The future of Ballistic Moon is uncertain, pending potential new funding or projects. Jeez.
Until Dawn is a fun game, man.
Huh?
I just feel like nobody was asking for the remake of it. Yeah. Obviously we know why they're doing a remake, because the movie about to come out next month. You know what I mean?
Really? That soon? Oh damn.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Yeah, it's coming out next month.
Okay.
I think it's April it comes out. But yeah, like at the end of the day, even when I booted up at first, it was in a shaky position when it comes to the Pro. I think they added like an update like a week later or a couple of days after would I fix it, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see if any sales pick up with the movie coming out, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's sad to see this happening, but I mean, I do agree. Like, I feel like this is just a franchise or a game that no one was really asking for, but you know, that still doesn't mean that they deserve to be shut down. You know, it sucks people losing their jobs and whatnot. But yeah, that's just clearly the industry has not healed yet. You know, we aren't over that hump of mass layoffs and shutdowns and things that just keep happening within the industry. It sucks to see. It really does.
That's a game that launched day and date on PC too.
Yeah, so PC didn't support it?
No,
So what you're saying is launching games day one on PC can't even save a studio. Got you.
Nope.
Got you. Thanks for confirming that, Mr. J Barry. Moving on.
Welcome.
You know what's the funny thing? The funny thing is that these ponies are not realizing that they are the ones who were solely responsible for this game Until Dawn succeeding or not. The mere fact that Until Dawn did not succeed and the studio is closing down was solely because of the PlayStation fans. I'm trying to understand what they are saying here. It was an exclusive to PlayStation and PC. These ponies did not buy it in any way, shape, or form. That is why it is closing today. So these guys are talking like if they they are saying something when it comes to PC. Really and truly, these games should have been supported well by the Sony community, but it did not. That says a lot. So let me hear what you think contributed to Until Dawn doing so poorly on PlayStation and PC, and also what you thought about why the studio shut down. Next up, let's talk about Square Enix. You see, for years, the PlayStation community would have boasted that Square Enix chose them to release their games to the PlayStation 5. And when Final Fantasy 16 Rebirth came out, these guys were talking about how this game is Game of the Year, how this game beats everything that Xbox has on it. They really did hype up that Final Fantasy 16, and over the months prior to the release, we would have seen how it is. Square Enix basically regretted porting this game over to PlayStation 5 alone, because we know that this game didn't do well for Square Enix the way they thought it would have done. So much so that they would have stopped all their exclusivity deals with Sony going forward after that Final Fantasy 16. But now we even have more evidence to see why it is they did not have any exclusives for PlayStation 5 going forward. Look at this. Final Fantasy 16 has sold over 3.5 million units since June 2023, launch according to Square Enix HD President Takashi Kiryu at the financial results briefing. This would mean it only sold 500k units since the reported 3 million shipped in the first week.
Damn! I'm sorry.
Wow. So time and time again, we see these PlayStation guys, these ponies only cap. These ponies hyped up Final Fantasy 16 like if it was, the second coming. These guys were saying Game of the Year, Game of the Year. And it really goes to show that these guys, after the initial 3 million that was sold in the first week, none of them supported this game in droves. There is no reason why Final Fantasy 16 isn't at 10 million at this point. There's no reason. This game was exclusive. They chose the platform with the community that claimed to say that they only buy the best games, they only have the best exclusives and so forth. And yet, this is what we are seeing. This is what the evidence is proving. This is a shame, especially for the PlayStation community. Notice what some of the comments under this post says. ABKYO said, judging by the hype and praise PlayStation fans bestowed upon this game, they'd rather have you believe it sold 10 million. Mark3 tweeted, that's wild, 80 to 90 million players, and from release all the way to now only 3 million. A lot of these fans boys be talking out of there like crazy. The majority of people who have a PlayStation have that, so make a plate of friends, nothing else. Yeah, these guys keep capping for these games and we can see the proof. Yaya tweeted, Final Fantasy VII Reboot got saved by PC release. While this wasn't, you can't just risk a giant project like this for one console. Had this arrived day one on Xbox and PC, it would have seen at least 6 million in sales. It's clear that wasn't welcomed by fans like fanboys claim. So yeah, all these J-dubs and all the Porter Rocks who said that this game was doing gangbusters, and guess what? The PlayStation community buy games. It's clear that all the PlayStation community really wanted was Xbox games. Yeah, that's the only games they wanted. All these years they have been saying Xbox can't make good games, Xbox have no games. All these games that Xbox have, they wanted it all along. The evidence has proven that. I don't know what to say. So let me hear what you thought about everything that was said today when it comes to Final Fantasy 16, how they basically hype this game for nothing, and also Starfield. They criticize Starfield so much, now they are so happy that it's coming to the PlayStation 5. Let me hear what you thought about all of this, if all these rumors are to be true. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.